Tragic news coming in this afternoon. Music icon Tina Turner has died at age 83. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and yes, it's been confirmed on Tina Turner's Facebook page. They confirmed with great sadness we announced the passing of Tina Turner. With her music and her boundless passion for life, she enchanted millions of fans around the world and inspired the stars of tomorrow. Today, we say goodbye to a dear friend who leaves us all her greatest work, her music. All our heartfelt compassion goes out to her family. Tina, we miss you dearly. Truly sad news coming in and confirmed as the rock and roll icon, pioneer, legend, actress, survivor. Just inspired so many. We're going to go through some clips. I found some interviews, and I'm going to break down what Tina has been up to for those of you who have not been following. Sad news, but it sounds like she went in peace, became a Buddhist, found the love of her life, and we're going to break all this down. So yeah, let's start with just the music, simply the best. What's love got to do with it? I remember learning more about Tina as a kid when I saw the film with Angela Bassett. I'd know the music, but that film obviously was what a lot of people focused on, her relationship with Ike Turner. And later in her career, obviously that annoyed her because she was like, look, I was able to move on past that to become the icon, the solo artist, the inspiration to so many. And it's true. The catalog she put together was incredible. Books, so much, performances, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, the theme to Goldeneye. She's done so much stuff. It's truly a loss of a legend. And so what happened? She was 83 years old. She'd been suffering ill health. She was actually diagnosed with intestinal cancer back in 2016 and had a kidney transplant. Her husband actually gave her a kidney back in 2017. So she had been suffering. She'd also been suffering the loss of her oldest, one of her children. Older age took his life. But she had almost been at peace. He was unhappy, she said, and she felt like he was finally at ease. I've been watching a lot of interviews as this broke and just reliving this wonderful woman's just energy. She was amazing. She amplified Black women's formative stake in rock and roll, defining the era of music to the extent that Mick Jagger admitted to taking inspiration from her high-kicking, energetic live performances for his stage persona. After two decades of working with her husband, Ike Turner, she struck out alone, and after a few false starts became one of the defining pop icons of the 80s with the album Private Dancer. Her life was chronicled in 3 memoirs, a biopic, a jukebox musical, and in 2021, acclaimed documentary film Tina, which was just actually released last year. Her publicist said Tina Turner, the queen of rock and roll, has died peacefully today at the age of 83 after a long illness in her home near Zurich, Switzerland. With her, the world loses a music legend and a role model. 2018 Scholar wrote, Tina's musical character has always been charged combination of mystery as well as light, melancholy mixed with a ferocious fatality that often flirted with danger. Born Anna Mae Bolek in November 1939 and raised in Nutbush, Tennessee, recalled picking cotton with her family as a child. She sang the tiny town's church choir. That's when she met Ike Turner. For those of you who don't know, not the best guy, but she recalls him being a wonderful man in the beginning, fell madly in love, and then he started taking over the business. My relationship with Ike was doomed the day he figured out I was going to be his moneymaker, Tina wrote in her biography. He needed to control me economically and physically so I could never leave him. That was obviously shown in brilliant performances by Angela Bassett, Lawrence Fishburne, and What's Love Got to Do With It, the film, where she was able to fight back and get out of that relationship and did become her own soul money earner. But she inspired so many with her story of survival. It really, one of the most iconic survivors I can think of. It was just that her story was amazing, that she was able to break free from that relationship, the control, and go on to then become the music icon that she was. Truly a legend of rock and roll. I was reading not only her Buddhism, but she talked about, this was an article just a month ago, April 17th, speaking to Vogue. A couple things here I wanted to share with you. Dancing, her favorite way to exercise, any excuse, and I will dance anywhere. Why she did the musical, I made it for my fans. I felt like even after my retirement, I needed to be present for them. They needed me to be present. The musical was a way to stay with them and give them hope. It was painful sometimes to revisit the past, but it gave me closure and answered some questions that still haunted me. Most of all, I loved being part of the creative process, ensuring the details of my life and decisions made were just right, from my dance steps to portraying people truthfully on stage. Above all, I love that it gave audiences joy, which our intention was to make. That made me very proud. Yeah, here she is with David Bowie. I mean, so many legends she's worked with. Advice she'd give her younger self: I would tell myself to stay strong and continue wanting more and fighting for it. It will come and it will be worth the wait. One more quote here from this last article that I've seen her do an interview with. On her secret to a life well lived. Well, what does well lived mean? My life has been full, but with lots of sad times that I now forgive and strive to forget. Maybe that's the answer: to keep moving forward, to let go, and aim to fill your life with love. That is where I am now, and I am grateful. Yeah, I mean, truly, here's an interview with Gayle King.
Competition from other big female singers.
But I was the only one that danced. And I remember Lily Richards said, Tina dances. You know, it's hard for us to compete with her because I always did the twist. I always danced on stage.
It's true. But beyond just the voice, the dancing was incredible. And even throughout her later years, she never gave it up. She was such an amazing performer. Her last retirement tour, she was just just giving it her all with the high kicks, the motion, the energy. Truly, truly, and simply the best. But yeah, watching some of these clips and her performances, I wish I could play the music for you, but you know how YouTube works. But she was a just energy. One of those rare energies that you just, a true icon you can't forget. It's sad. I'm sad. Here, I want to end you though with one amazing clip she said. Here was one of the last interviews I could find on YouTube. She did with Gayle King, and she talks about, "Are you happy?"
Anything you want now in life as you sit here, Tina Turner, that you don't have?
No, I have everything. When I sit at the Lake Zurich in the house that I have, I am so serene.
Wow.
No problems. I had a very hard life that I didn't put blame on anything or anyone. I got through it. I lived through it with no blame.
Here's to you.
And I'm a happy person.
Here's to you. You earned it.
She absolutely earned it. Legendary icon, rock and roll queen herself. Tina Turner, a true trailblazer, incredible musician and icon, never to be forgotten, and her music will live on forever. I implore you to go Google around for some Tina Turner performances to show your respect. Gone but never forgotten. Rest in peace, Miss Tina Turner.